How are you?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. I'm just chilling.
Yes. How is work taking you?
Cool. I'm loving it. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get to the questions that we have for you today.
Okay.
First of all, getting to your background, your past background. We saw that you worked with Ruto, President Ruto,
Yes.
and the First Lady, Rachel Ruto.
Yes.
How was it working with them, and how come right now you're not working with them?
Ooh, mama. That's political. Anyway, thank you for the question.
Yeah.
It was as good, it was perfect before our relationship was infiltrated with other people. And dare I say, it was perfect before power got into their heads. I could be wrong, but you can't argue with results. You see, they were hungry to be in power, and as at that time, I believed President Ruto really had a dream for Kenya. Okay, as long as it lasted, and it was not a long time after they were in office, because I left 7 months into the inauguration. Things were smooth. They were handed over a government that was kind of lame, but God was gracious enough. I was never in State House 24/7, though I had an office there. I'd always come, do my business, step out. But I enjoyed working with them. As long as my lines were not crossed, I was cool. Yeah. The drift only came where some things that touch on my integrity and integrity of scriptures were being compromised, and I had to step out.
Wow. Yes. So do you mean currently in our current society, there are men of God who can step out if in case they are like mini yao inakuwa, the integrity inakuwa intercepted or something of the sort in our current society?
Oh yes, I'll not speak for others. I know of the entire team of ministers who are in State House, I know, and I was the highest ranking one as strategic advisor. I know I never took a salary together with my wife. We vowed not to take a salary until Kenya was out of debt. And number two, I value my eternal salvation and my relationship with Christ. So anything that goes against what the dictates of the gospel is a no-no for me. And that is where we started having conflicts with the First Lady. You see, some decisions were being made emotionally, not scripturally. You know, and that was the basis for our departure, me and my wife, from State House. Are there other ministers who are not taking salaries? No. All the rest were taking salaries. All of them were taking salaries. Is it wrong to take salaries? No. But I had a personal conviction. Number one, if you take a salary, you are owned. And more so as someone who speaks for God. If someone starts giving you money, and mostly the political arena, they'll start demanding to hear what pleases their souls. So that is one luxury that the President and the First Lady didn't have with us. And I remember categorically them saying, you guys are young. They were using the word guys. You guys are young, but you really surprise us. You're not like the rest. They just come here, and she did an expression. They just want money. That's what she did exactly. The reason why we could not be like that is because God gave us a burden for the nation. You see, and you cannot sell your soul or compromise your integrity for the sake of paper or to please anyone. We are not like the ones who Christ says we want to receive praises from men and not from God. We are key in receiving praises from God. And of course that comes with a backlash, because the other ministers who want to please the presidency will start fighting you and go there saying you're proud and things like this and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, you can't argue with results. And in as much as I don't know personally of other ministers who can do that, but it can't be I'm the only one. There has to be others. I'm convicted. I'm not the only one who's this cool. Nope. I know there are others. Not many, but we have them. Yes.
Okay, moving on. Despite you moving away from working closely with the government, you still continue to prophesy and tell the truth, according to the gospel, about the government. Some of it, including critics. Don't you get threats to make about the government?
Oh yeah. Threats are sent, but I don't receive them.
How?
All right. If you order something from Jumia or something comes to your door, a package, you have to sign as a sign of acceptance. So when someone sends threats, I don't sign up for threats. I'm not moved by them. Moses was never moved by Pharaoh's anger. He was representing God. He knew who sent him. He knew who he was. So threats have come, people have been sent, intelligence people have been sent. Some of them have been healed. Some of them, God even showed me their names. I even confronted them, but off camera. You see? So we are living in a dispensation where people don't like the truth. And when you speak the truth, some come out saying, when in Kabila, where we are right now, there is one, like 2 months ago, it's a family of Calais, a Ton family. A brother loves me so much, saying, we thank God you're standing for the truth. The brother says, Apana, I have personal issues with him. Why? They think by me voicing what the president is doing means I'm tribal or I hate them. I'm not moved with threats. I can dare any man in Kenya. If you think you can take me, come with your hands, bare hands. But we can square it out as men. They can knuckle it out. Come as a man. And if you're coming with a gun, give me one as well. I'm trained. You see, so I'm not moved by some things. I know who called me. And as long as I don't lie against anyone, and I'm speaking the truth in love, I'm not moved by threats. I can't be. If I choose to be, 2017 September 3rd, the Lord Jesus Christ appeared to me. He told me if I am ever scared to say the truth, He will deal with me. So who should I fear? Men or Jesus? Jesus. My take is Jesus. Because He's the only one who's able to kill my body and my soul. And He is truth. You see. And just to take it further, someone can say, but the way you prophesy, we don't see love. It's because many Christians don't understand love. They think love is a fuzzy feeling. If you want to know the real definition of love, you go to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13. One of the characteristics of love is justice. Love is just. So love always seeks justice. See? So threats can be sent, but I don't receive them. Yeah.
Okay. Of course, moving on, we've seen you prophesy about a lot of political leaders and even just, politics in general. We've seen the likes of the late Ogola and many others. Probably just briefly, can you mention those that you've prophesied about that they have already happened and those that are yet to happen, probably something that's supposed to happen in the future?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is one that is supposed to happen within this tenure of President Ruto. There is a female politician called Gladys Bosch-Sholei. She'll be given a responsibility, like driving something, but it will be an end. It will be a snare for a political career. She'll be given to head something, but a very huge scandal will come out of it. That is yet to happen, but it will happen. politicians. There are things about Governor Sakaja, about plans of him being impeached. This was like 2 years ago. And I remember saying a month ago or two, he should prepare himself for November of 2025. People want him out. Which other politicians? Let me see. Is the former Deputy President Gachagua. That already came to pass, him being rigged out. There was a plan for someone to be poisoned in the presidency. But they personally epokana nayo. I shared with General Ogola. So when you saw Rigiji coming out and saying there's poison and stuff, he was not making that up. If he was, they should arrest him. But they can't, because he has his facts. And I have a record where I was writing these things like 1.5 years ago, and I shared them with 2 years ago, actually, to be precise, and I shared them with General Ogola. Who else? I'm trying to, with President Uhuru. I remember ministering, praying for Dr. Atwoli, and his health was restored. He was in a very bad state last year. His health was restored. Prophecy. What have I prophesied to a politician? Many people. Tell me, remind me. There are many. There's one, but it's a secret. There's one, but it's yet to happen. It's the Wiper leader.
Kalonzo.
Yeah, Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka. Yes. I think let me mention those ones for now.
Okay. Yeah. And just to ask, you've said some of these leaders, you go up to an extent of praying, for them, or maybe informing them. Does it mean there are some people whom you've tried to warn them, but they've not, they didn't take heed?
Yeah. Yeah. There are some who think, unfortunately, sometimes I don't blame the politicians, because we have people pose as ministers, and some are ministers, but all they want is attention from politicians. Then they can get their money. So I'm being reminded of a politician, actually, a governor, who God showed me a condition he has in the body. To be specific, around the abdomen area, but I won't mention their name. And when I met him, he was very surprised. We were in status, and I told him, this thing God is showing me, blah, 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 blah. He was extremely surprised. Actually, come to think of it. There is also the state house controller I prophesied to. So now they're coming back. So, but there are people that I prophesied to, they didn't hear. Let me start with the highest office, President Ruto and the wife. I told them, young people will rise up and take over the nation, topple you over. Shake this nation. The issue about Bill Gates, I have messages on this one, warning them about Bill Gates, warning them before. And I remember when they're being inaugurated, I told them, the one person you cannot work with is Bill Gates, because of his agenda. He will want our women to be infertile. He will want our population to go down. He will want to infect our food. Will want to introduce the Antichrist agenda in Kenya. I told them, and they are here. These are not just stories, you see. So, is it coming to pass? Is it happening or no?
It is.
It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Yeah. It's happening. So, agriculture. I remember 2 years ago I prophesied that there will be an issue with agriculture and the fertilizers. It happened last year, I think. Right? The economy going where it is right now could have been salvaged, and I want them. But they chose to follow the advice of some advisors. But there's a time that, not even there's a time, science will never beat God. And those guys are learned, and so am I. But God had a plan. They didn't follow. There is no presidency that has been hit with havoc after havoc like this one. You see?
Yeah.
And all of this is because they rejected God's counsel. So they don't have to hear, but they're suffering the repercussions.
Okay, you give all these prophecies. I'm sure okay.
There's one more. Early this year, someone came from ODM and said, Baba has been listening to you. They call him Baba. And Baba knows you very well. And Baba sent me to tell you that this is the first time he lost and he was not unhappy because he saw you prophesy that he'll be number 2. And how Honorable Raila used to refer to me was Woi matin ma tijele mosakasa tugimora mora mo wacho timore. Let me interpret. There is this young boy whose work is just to pray all the time, and he says stuff and they come to pass. That young boy, I said, I'll be number 2. So let's just go toward this, but I'll be number 2. And they told me he was the only one not heartbroken. The people who were heartbroken was President Ruto, Sakaja, and another person in status. But he was set, he was cool. The same person was sent, and she asked, I'm being asked to ask you, I've been sent to ask you, is it okay for Baba to join Ruto in the broad-based? And I said, go and tell Baba not to join. It will be a trap for him. Yeah. That is this year.
What?
That is this year. She came, she asked me, and I told her, tell Baba not to join Ruto. And I told him, if God is against someone, and you go helping that person, there is a teaching I gave last year, people appointed to die. People can switch destinies with you. So I said, this will work out against him. But unfortunately, yeah, with his own reasons, he joined.
So the fact that we've mentioned the late Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, does it mean that his death could have been avoided?
Yeah. Yeah. It was, you know, life is spiritual. You can, it's just like going on a journey. There's a turn you can take and things go south for you. You see. And he was never supposed to join this government.
The broad-based.
He was never supposed to join it. And I sent word by the person who was sent to tell him that. Of course, those who want to benefit from the government financially will come out guns blazing, but the person is there. If they want me to mention their name, I'll mention. Maybe you'll interview me with the person next to me, so that the person can say with their own mouth, I was sent by Baba to Prophet, and Prophet gave me this word, but we didn't listen.
Maybe just before, did Baba give a reply after he got that message?
No, I just told the person who was sent what to do, and hands off. So whether she was given a response, she didn't come to me.
Okay.
So I don't know.
You said you foresaw this coming.
Yeah.
Maybe perhaps when you see something coming, sometimes you may see how it happens, what way they will die.
Yeah.
Is it by killing?